Hi kids, it's me, Mr. Tony, and it's time for your video art lesson. And this week has been Jamaica week. We've been doing art of and about Jamaica all week long. We began with the Jamaican flag inside the letters ART, art, for our art introduction. Then I just added a bunch of stuff. I added the reggae colored zigzag pattern back there with those 4 reggae colors that I talked about in another lesson. And then I believe last lesson we made some tropical trees, some palm trees, Jamaican palm trees. It's a tropical country, so they have lots of palm trees down there. Now I've added one more thing today. If you look close, you'll see, what is that? It's fruit. And it's a picture. It's a picture that I cut up. It's a picture of some fruit. And I tucked it in between the trees there. And then I tucked some bananas up here, bananas over here. I thought fruit would be a nice addition because it's very colorful and tropical looking. Oh, here's something else. Some melons over here. But that is an example of collage art. Okay, when you take a picture and cut it up, or a bunch of pictures and cut it up and kind of put it together to make another picture. Oops. As I was saying, when you cut up a picture or a bunch of pictures and put it together to make another picture, that's called collage. Okay, so I did a little bit of collage here. I added it to my other art. And that's what we're going to be doing today, some collage art. And we are doing that because I discovered a great artist, Jamaican artist, on the internet, and her name is Ebony Patterson, and she does works like this. You look close, you'll see it's a bunch of pictures, a bunch of things all cut up and put together like a collage. And this is actually called tapestry because I think she works with cloth, pieces of cloth, maybe tablecloth, or skirt cloth, or things from shirts or material cloth that is used for clothing. Okay, she'll cut it up. She's got all sorts of things in here, and then she'll kind of sew it together like a quilt or a tapestry, and she'll make a whole new picture out of it. And what she does is she takes people. I believe that's the most important part of her picture, is the people. And you can see a girl here, little girl, another girl, and then there's a man sitting over here, or maybe he's a boy. I think he looks like a man. And there's a woman over here, and then there's another guy sitting over here, kind of out of the picture. And then there's all this other stuff. There's white dots and little pieces of patterns. There's a polka dot pattern up there, and then there's beads hanging all over it. So it's like a collage. It's a collage of many things. And I think she's a really great artist. She's a contemporary artist, which means she's alive and she's working now. And I bet you she'll be hanging in museums. And her work looks very Jamaican, I'd say, because of all the colors. And it reminds me of a tropical place that's very colorful and very lively. Down here you see all these, I think they're fruit. I'm not sure what they are, but it looks very tropical. Okay, so that's what inspired me for today, for our lesson today. Here's another one. Again, it's got people in it, and it's got lots of beads. You can see the beads. I believe they're actual beads, like beads you hang around your neck, kind of like this, but they're the shiny metal beads, and she puts those all over her pictures. And then you can see the little polka dot patterns, and that's probably some kind of cloth that's used for clothing, or maybe a tablecloth. And she pieces her whole picture together. Makes a whole new picture from all these little pieces. Okay, so that's collage. And guess what? Here it is, all done. I actually did, let me take the tape off. I actually did the lesson already, had it all ready to go, but I think I had some music on there that the people on YouTube, which is where I put my videos, said You can't do that. You can't play that music. So I'm going to give you a link to that music so you can listen to it on your own. It's some very popular music done by bands who were influenced by ska music, Jamaican ska music. Okay, so I'll add a link to those songs. One is called Obla Di Obla Da. The other one's called Man in a Suitcase. And they have a very ska sounding beat. Okay, so this lesson's already done, as you see. And I'm going to show you just how I did it real quick. There's a piece I had cut out over here. Okay, I cut out a bunch of stuff. I cut out some bananas. I cut out a reggae colored pattern here. And I believe I showed you that the other day, but I cut it out, made it fit under this zigzag design. And down here, I cut it out and I glued it in. And there's a little piece of wrapping paper with a neat pattern on it. That's called paisley. Then I put dots all over it. Those are supposed to be like beads. I don't have beads, so I had to make my own dots with markers. So that's what I did. A little bit of tropical palm tree up there to go with the ones I painted. And then I added a couple of very important Jamaican people. One right here. I'll bring them in close. And that is Usain Bolt. I think that's how you pronounce it. Hussein or Hussein. He is the fastest man in the world. At the Olympics, at the last Olympics, where everyone competes in different kinds of sports, he ran a sprint, a couple of sprints, which is a fast, quick race, and he ran it faster than anyone ever, okay? So he's a very important Jamaican man, fastest man on earth. And then over here is a Jamaican musician. And he looks like Bob Marley. I think I've mentioned Bob Marley, maybe not, but Bob Marley was a reggae musician. I think he invented reggae in a way, and he's probably the most important reggae musician who ever lived. But this is not Bob Marley. It's Bob Marley's son, Ziggy Marley, okay? And he also makes reggae music like his father. So all of that I did yesterday, and I had a lesson with it, but I had music on that they wouldn't allow me to play. So I have to demonstrate for you just a little, and I'll do that with the banana. I cut it out. I gotta get some glue. Where's my glue? There it is. Glue. That's all you'll need for this. Your paper, if you've been doing the lesson so far where you added the zigzag design and maybe some trees, or you could start anew, fresh, all on a new piece of paper. All you're gonna need is the paper, some glue, and some scissors, and you cut out little pictures from newspapers or magazines that you don't need. You cut them out, and then you put them together, and you make yourself a collage. Okay, I'm gonna put on a little bit of music that apparently the people of YouTube don't mind me playing. This is old ska music. Speaker's making funny noises. Okay, hold on. Let's see. There it is. This is the old stuff. I think I played this before. I'm going to send you a link to the new stuff, and you'll see how it's like this music. And the influence that reggae music or ska music, well, reggae and ska, you'll see the influence it's had on music throughout the world. Okay. My glue. Sorry, I'm not prepared. Where did I put my glue? I just had it. There it is. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the back of this. There, my bananas. And where shall I put these bananas? There's a good spot. Maybe I'll put it over here along with the other bananas, as if there's a big bunch of bananas hanging down. Or no, let's see, maybe I'll put it over here. Over here, this is where you start to think about your art. Would this be a good spot? I don't know, it looks like it's just hanging by itself over there. Maybe over here? No, I think it'll go best with all the other bananas. Sometimes I like to balance my pictures out and spread things around. But I think in this case, all the bananas should be together down the middle like that. Okay, so that's a collage. And I think we may have done this before, or some of you may have done it with me before. For some of you, it may be completely new, but you just take scraps, things from magazines, newspapers. Cooking magazines are good because they usually have all sorts of food that you can work with, cakes you can cut out. And if you can find some fruit and you're working on this Jamaican art, I think it would be a good thing to add to the Jamaican art because it's colorful and tropical looking. If you can find a palm tree in any old newspaper or magazine, that would be great. Okay, so that's it. It's a very quick lesson. You lucked out. The one I did before, where I did all this work, was much longer, twice as long as this. Okay, so that's it for our Jamaican Art Week. Okay, you learned about different kinds of art, different kinds of music from Jamaica, and now you know a couple different people. Usain Bolt and Ziggy Marley, famous Jamaicans, and this great artist that I showed you here, Ebony Patterson. Remember her name. Maybe sometime she'll come to the Montclair Art Museum, and if she does, maybe we can set up a field trip. Okay, but that's it for today. That's it for our Jamaican week. I hope you have a good weekend and you're not too hot. It's still pretty hot here. Okay, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.